Hi, it's Talie. Sorry I couldn't come to the phone right now. Just leave your name and number, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Bye.
At the tone, please record your message.
Hey, it's Parrish. Call me back. We have a podcast to record.
Guys, welcome back to Let's Keep in Touch podcast. Have you noticed anything new, or does it sound different?
Does it sound and look like we're together?
Basically, if you're listening, I just moved to Denver.
She's a Denver girl now. She's a Denver girl. Guys, after years of being like, move to Denver, please, move to Denver, I will jump off my building.
Yeah.
The threat finally worked.
It did work, and it was really successful. I got a lot of pressure from you and all of the family members to move here. And for a while, I didn't want to move here, but I don't know. Now it just, everything aligned and I'm here and it's overwhelming, and
it's incredible too.
Yeah. Beyond that, Parrish and I are roommates right now. So not only are we doing this podcast, but we are also rooming together right now.
And so the whole topic of today's app is roomies.
Like, let me tell you, it's so different doing this already. Like sitting on a couch with you.
The energy's different.
The energy's so different.
Yeah.
And there's something about being behind a screen, and I feel this way. I mean, even when you talk to your friends, like just seeing them and like hearing the vibration of their voice. Yeah. I know that sounds really like wooey, but
no, I don't think it's wooey. I think it's very accurate, because for those that listened to last week's episode with Danny recorded here with me and Tal was virtual. It is a different energy. And there's like little whispers that you didn't hear fully between us. That's like,
I know. And I felt like I was missing out.
Yeah. And I could really kind of tell too. And so it's nice to like have us both here. We're still, let's clarify.
Yes.
We're still going to have guests, people.
Some of them might be okay. Some of them, I'm not used to that. Like, I was getting the burps over the computer, so I was fine.
Now she's wafting Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I'm getting wafted Dr. Pepper.
Wafted Dr. Pepper.
Wafted Dr. Pepper is so gross. We're going to still have people on, but some of them might be more in person, or we'll just have them Zoom on in.
Yeah, we're not sure what we want to do yet.
Yeah, but we just are stoked because now we have this total video component. So if you're listening and you want to watch us and see what we look like, most of you probably know us, then you can go check us out on YouTube and other shit.
Yeah, we have lots of exciting things coming now that we're in person. I mean, not that we didn't before, but I think going back to the energy, like you're saying, the energy of being together, collaborating on a project you're both passionate about is way different in person. Because you can also get shit done. Yeah. It's like, okay, we need to sit down, and this is to anything, but it's really going to help Tal and I. We need to sit down and be like, we need to collab on this.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Because, well, here's the other thing. I just moved here literally on Sunday.
Yeah. This is fresh.
This is fresh. This podcast is coming out Friday. Like last Sunday I was moving here, and I moved here for a job, and like a lot of stuff has happened. So,
and she got a job.
And I got a job. So not only did I move here, but I am employed after being unemployed for months, which is crazy. So
she's living with me. She's working on finding her place, which we're so excited for. The whole fam bam and friend group, I think, is thrilled that you're here. Well, not everyone knows.
they're finding out right now.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, well, if you watch the teaser, you'll know what's up.
Yeah, if you're on social.
Yeah, if you're on social. If not and you're listening, surprise, Tal is moving to Denver. She's moved to Denver. Sorry.
And we're here.
And we're here recording. Anyways, okay. Roomies. Let's get into roomies.
Okay, let's get into roomies. So obviously we're roommates right now. We are. Okay. Yeah. You've been a roommate before.
Yeah.
I've been a roommate before.
Yeah.
Do you miss it?
Sometimes.
Okay, because you live alone. Now you don't.
And I've been living alone for 3 years now, coming up on 3 years.
Yeah.
I think being a roomie when you're in college and the first few years out of college or career or whatever you're doing is so valuable.
Yeah.
I think it's an easy way to make friends. I mean, obviously, hopefully become friends with your roomies. I lived with friends, so I was thrilled.
Did you always live with friends?
No.
Okay, so how is living with strangers compared to living with friends for you?
living with strangers, I had an interesting experience with that because I lived in New York with two people way older than me. Not way older. That's so rude to them. Older than me. I was like a fresh 21, fresh 21-year-old.
Okay.
One guy was like 35, married, about to have a kid.
Whoa. Yeah.
The other guy was 30s in fashion, and we all just kind of did our own thing. And I think that was just an age difference. I don't think there was, it was never like, I don't want to hang out with you. It just, we never.
You had your own lives, and rooming together was secondary.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, this is just a convenience thing.
And it was cool to like catch up when we all made dinner, but it all was sporadic. And one guy was like going to school for medical shit. I don't even remember what. The other guy was a big fashion guy, and I was in theater. So our schedules also never aligned. It was fine. There were no issues. Yeah. I think living with friends is always so fun.
You do. Okay, so that's a controversial thing because I've heard the opposite, where living with your friends actually can tarnish the relationship.
I think it depends on your friend and your relationship. Like I think there were for sure things that I did not do right. I mean, one time I for sure know this, left raw meat, I think, in the fridge because it was de-thawing, but then I was gone all weekend and it like spilled.
Oh my God. Okay, this is great. I'm going to get us into the segment. I'm calling it red flag, green.
Oh my God.
Red flag, yellow flag, green flag.
Okay, wait, before we go to that then, what's your take? What about you?
With what? What I think about roommates?
Yeah, like do you like roommates? Do you not like roommates? Like what's your vibe with
them? Okay, well obviously I'm seeking housing right now. So I'm
seeking housing.
I'm looking for roommates probably because Denver's expensive, but I have lived with a lot of roommates. Yeah. Too many. I've lived with all ages and I have I could do 50 podcasts on roommate stories because they're just insane. I think roommates are important. I think you learn something from them, whether it's good or bad. I feel like I would prefer to be low-key friends with my roommates where we're not doing everything together. Yeah. But we still hang out and we still do events together. I found that works the best, but we still have our own lives and space. But would I prefer to live alone? Yes.
Yeah. 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 I think that's the overall vibe.
100%. Yeah. And especially like because Andrew, like I've lived with Andrew and we've had our own space. I'm like, why the fuck would I ever live with other people? Right. And I hate sharing a bathroom. Like big no. Like I've told you this. Like I want to be able to poop and not worry about how long it takes me to get out.
You want to be able to drop nuclear ass in that toilet?
Yeah. Or like fucking masturbate and not like be worried someone hears it happening. I don't know. I was like, it's just sketch. Okay.
No, but you're so right.
Yeah, I know.
That's the joy of living alone.
It's the joy of living alone.
Or having your own bathroom.
Having your own bathroom. Or you can turn the shower on. You can do whatever you like. People don't hear.
Yeah.
Okay. So this segment's called red flag, yellow flag, green flag, roommate habits. So we're going to go back and forth. We're going to name something we have done or do as roommates. And then the other person's going to judge whether it's red flag or maybe just green. And yeah, red flag, yellow flag, green flag. Worthy.
Okay. Do you want to start?
I will start. Okay. But you had one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us the one you were going to say.
I was just crazy. Still am, I guess. And I had left like red meat in the fridge to de-thaw because I was seeing a boy in Denver at the time.
Disgusting.
I was like, I'll just come down, see him, and I'll come back up and it'll be ready to like eat. No, I was gone all weekend. And it was disgusting. Okay. And it thawed, overfilled the plate, was all over the fridge.
Oh, it was a leaking situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't think it is. I think it's a yellow flag. No, I really do. Because you left it in for a week. That's it.
A weekend.
That's fine. Had you left that in for a week, a month, I would say red flag.
I think it was a weekend. Now that I'm saying it, I'm like, Kira's going to have to call me and tell me.
Accidentally leaving something in the fridge and it leaking everywhere, like that shit happens. That's not a red flag to me.
But like
meat juice.
All meat, blood,
yeah, I mean, if it fucked up all my vegetables and shit in there, I would be kind of pissed. But I wouldn't be.
Up.
Okay, and if you did it more than once, if you said this was like a habitual thing where I'm like, my roommate's doing this literally every month, I'm like, okay, that's a red flag. You do it once on occasion, I'm like, okay, yellow flag.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't
well,
know.
thank you. That
I
reassures me a little bit.
I know. See, it's not as bad.
It wasn't a purposeful fuck up. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It wasn't me being like, I'm gonna not do this or I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
To piss someone off.
No, it was an accidental, and that's the yellow flag.
Yeah.
Had you done it multiple times or just been like, I don't care,
right,
it would have been like easy red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here's mine, because I just lived with my parents and I discovered that I do this, and I didn't really realize that I did this until now. When I was leaving, okay, so I have to tell you like a little bit of the backstory, but not really. So I have this problem where if I have a glass of water, after like 2 hours, if I haven't drank it, I say that the water's dead. Basically that it's like no longer living. And so I need my water to be alive. So then I get like a new glass of water. But normally I ended up just getting like a new glass. So I ended up grabbing glasses, like
After
5
glass.
to 10 glasses like a day of water. And so when I was at my parents', I was moving out and I brought down 20 plus glasses. And I walked and saw my stepmom, and I walked downstairs. I go, I think I have a problem. And she goes, yeah, I've noticed there's never any glasses. And then she just sent me a picture today of all of the glasses full in their cabinets with little arrows and goes, miss you.
That is so funny.
Okay, so what do we think? Because I know it's kind of problematic. Like,
I think it's yellow flag as well.
I do too.
Because it's not anything purposely done.
No.
But you should just empty your dead water and keep the glass.
I know.
Like, it's not a dead glass.
It's not a dead glass, but I think
you want it fresh.
Yeah, it's just something I do. Or, I'll leave it somewhere and I forget where it is.
No, that's fair. I do that. But
it's an inconvenience to other roommates if they don't have water glasses.
This is why I get a tumbler.
Yeah, see, that's why you should have a water bottle.
Yeah, you need a water bottle, which you have left. Where's your water bottle right now?
Exactly. It's at my brother's house.
Oh.
Wait.
That one. I'm talking about the one you're currently using as of today.
Somewhere.
It's right there.
Oh. It's dead. Okay, now you give me one. I want to hear more that you do.
Okay. I am a big proponent of letting things soak.
In the sink?
In the sink.
Okay.
Most of the time, only overnight.
What are we talking here? Bowls, plates,
it could
all
be
of
a bowl, or it could be anything.
Yeah.
Anything that I'm like, that probably needs to soak, because I'm not putting the elbow grease in until it's like soaked.
Yeah.
I will let it stay in the sink, or like my pots and pans, I will fill up with warm water. I'll rinse them.
Yeah.
Fill them up with warm water, let it soak, and the next day I'll come back to it.
Okay. Green flag.
Right?
Immediately, because you're doing it the next
different.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that I can think of.
Yeah, I think if it's longer than that, that's the issue.
Yeah.
I also believe in a lot of things can be like hand washed.
I hand wash everything. I don't always love using dishwashers. They use a lot of water, and also just then you'd wait till all of your dishes are in there.
Yeah, I do, and that's the issue. Then I'm like, wow, why does my kitchen smell? Because the dirty dishes have been in the dishwasher sitting for a week until I'm ready to run it.
Yes. Similar to yours, I'm really working on this. I buy way too much food that I don't always eat.
Same.
And I do end up leaving, like in our fruit basket, I'll leave shit in it for way too long, honestly, until it is molding.
I've been there.
Yeah. And then I'm like, fuck, I forgot about that. And there's blue mold everywhere and it's dusty. So I do that a lot. And same with the fridge. I'll leave something in there. I don't know. Mine still feels like a yellow flag for me because I want to get better at it. Food waste.
I think it's a yellow flag.
Yeah.
Because I also think when you're like roomies with someone, when you have like enough fruit, like someone's always checking it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And It's like, yes, I did buy this for me, but like if you wanted one, like go for it.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a yellow. I don't think that's a red by any means.
Okay, wait. I have something I do that's really weird, but no, it's not that weird. But okay, so do you remember the Idaho murders that happened? Sorry, this is really dark.
And let me clarify right now, this is why I live in a high-rise building. Not saying
it can happen in
here,
apartments. But... Okay, you know the Idaho murders in that house?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Okay, so
yeah, visceral reaction.
I know. So since then, I've been so like highly aware of like when I live in houses, I get really stressed about doors being unlocked. Like, it's just a really big trigger for me. Like, when people leave the door unlocked.
Oh,
like,
I agree.
Front door, windows, like anything. It's just like a trigger for me. And so I like in my last house, I literally could not sleep because my roommates would always have people over and then leave the door unlocked.
No.
And I would sneak up at like 3 a.m. and like lock all the doors. And I used to lock one of our back doors and none of them had keys. So if they left in the whatever and they came back early in the morning, they like couldn't get in.
I don't blame you.
But I'm like, that's kind of fucked up of me, but also like I
don't think
it
so.
stresses me out.
That's a green flag for me because I mean, last night we were talking about this. My balcony door is like the weirdest fucking door ever.
Yeah.
And you were like, what is this? It has a lock. I'm in the double digits of a high rise on the floor. Okay. Like I'm up high. You would have to be Spider-Man to break into my balcony, but I still lock it. It's
a safety thing. Like, yeah.
God forbid someone is crazy. One of you free climbers who climb buildings without ropes and then you get arrested. You deserve it.
But they're kind of cool.
No, but you're kind of hot.
Yeah.
I always lock everything.
Yeah.
I lock my friends make fun of me. I lock my bedroom door at night.
No. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. Yeah.
It gives me, if someone does break in, it gives me, I don't know,
a little bit more time to crawl out my window.
Yeah. And plummet stories below.
Well, that's better than getting dark.
Anyway,
okay, so now I want us to move on to this next segment called Would You Live With? Ooh. So I'm going to present like a series of like of what these people would do, and then you and the listeners will respond basically of would you live
Dr. Pepper today.
Would you live with this person? Oh, what are you drinking today? We always forget. What's our thing called? What are you drinking today?
What are you drinking today?
What are you drinking tonight? Yeah. Why am I forgetting the...
No, that is
Okay. Okay. You're drinking a DP. And I'm drinking another water bottle I've created out of a Synergy kombucha bottle.
This one's glass,
because
so she won't forget it.
And also, I just learned that glass is the most hygienic of water bottles to use because mold and bacteria don't grow in it. Did you know that, Roomate?
Oh, no, you fucking did
not. Did!
You know what? How's your Poppy tasting now that they've sold out?
You guys, Poppy sold to fucking Pepsi. And now I just got so much merch from them at Goodwill. I got like merch from them for like $5. And now I can't wear it anymore because Pepsi... anyway, okay.
And we don't want to work with you, Poppy. I'm kidding.
We don't want
can cut that.
No, we don't want to.
We don't want to.
I don't want to work for Pepsi.
We want Olipop.
We want Olipop or nothing. Or Coulter Pop. Okay. So this is called Who or Would You Live With? Okay. Would you live with someone who vacuums at 6 a.m. every morning but keeps the entire house spotless? Every morning.
Maybe. Can I say maybe, or is this a yes or no situation?
Let's go yes or no.
No. For a second, I was like, maybe, because if they're up at 6 a.m., then I have to get up at 6 a.m., which is like, okay, I could go to the gym right away.
But we're talking Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, then no. Nope.
Yeah.
No, and no.
Okay. Would you live with someone who never does dishes but is an incredible cook and always shares their food?
Yes.
Really?
If you're cooking for me, I will scrape dishes till my palms bleed.
Holy forking shirt. Really?
I think that's also fair because I think that's something I do with like friends. I've noticed our friend group does that. Like if someone's cooking, someone's like always coming behind cleaning.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like, if you're cooking me food, I'm cleaning up after.
Yeah.
That's just the way it works.
That's a yes for me.
Okay. I like that. Okay. Someone who constantly steals your clothes but always styles them better than you.
No.
That's a double fuck you.
Yeah, no.
Let me steal your clothes and then fucking wear them.
No, that's my point. Like I don't need you to look better in my clothes than me.
Like, are you calling me fat?
No,
like,
now I'm the duff.
Not the duff.
I'm the duff. Aww. I guess that's why I'm still single.
Is that Designated Ugly Fat Friend?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Okay. That's a great movie, by the way. Okay. Would you live with someone who insists on playing one song on repeat all day, but it's your favorite song?
Yes.
What's the song?
Peace by Taylor Swift.
I was gonna say, is it T Swift folklore?
It's T Swift for sure. I mean, 2 years ago, I played Peace like 690 times.
That's insane. On your Spotify Wrapped?
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, I was down bad.
That was treacherous. Okay. Would you live with someone who never pays rent on time but has endless hilarious stories that entertain you daily?
No.
Yeah, no. Fucking pay your rent.
Yeah, because that just leads to more complications.
Yeah.
And then I would probably have resentment of like.
And then you're like, they're so funny. And then like after their stories end, you're like, I fucking hate them. And then they tell you another funny story and you forget about it until they're done. And then you're like, I hate them.
And also like, I have plenty of friends that tell fucking funny stories, and myself, I'm just funny, and yeah, I'm not afraid to admit it.
I love that. Okay. Would you live with someone who's obsessed with true crime and leaves their murder research notes all over the house?
I think so. I think I'd be okay with that.
I'm actually shocked that you just answered it that way. Really?
Because it doesn't mean I'm going to read them.
Okay.
But if someone was like listening to true crime, like no tomorrow, and only true, like if it was somebody that was playing only true crime podcasts.
Yeah. But what do you think their murder research notes mean? Do you think that's them like how to kill someone and get away with it? What if it's something like that?
Well, then I will be reporting them to 911.
Okay. Because I'm like, that I would not want to live with
like, what if they're
like
a detective?
That. Okay, that's
actually,
super
that's
niche,
more scary.
But that is kind of more scary.
Like maybe their murderer would find out where we live.
Yeah, I know. I don't fuck with that.
I still think I'd be okay with that.
Okay. Would you live? These are always so funny. Okay. Would you live with someone who adopts a new pet every month without warning?
No. Imagine you come home, there's 12 fucking hamsters running around.
Every month?
There's an iguana chasing hamsters. There's a cow.
What's your what's your cutoff for amount of animals you would have in a household if you lived with other people?
If you're with other people, I think each person gets one pet.
Okay, that's fair.
I think that's fair, and also I feel like that's doable.
So do you think that a dog is the equivalent of a pet of a hamster?
I think hamsters fucking smell, so.
But what if they had like two? Would you be like, that's fine because it's like.
No.
You'd say one.
Unless it's like something that needs a pair.
Yeah.
No.
Would you live with someone who has a snake?
Nope. No.
What about a bearded dragon?
Unless it's in your pants.
Ew.
I'm kidding. Cut that. I have coworkers who listen to this.
They listen to the other shit. Literally.
True.
Would you live? Yeah, bearded dragon or a lizard or something.
That doesn't freak me out as much. A snake just, oh my God, disgusting.
Okay, fair. Would you live with an aggressive animal?
No.
Like,
that's hard.
Yeah, that is hard.
No, I don't want that. I just don't want that. Even if it's not my pet, I don't.
I just don't want that. It's so funny.
I'm like trying to I'm barely I'm just trying to survive at this point.
I know that having to be an emotional presence for an animal is too much.
Like sometimes even with Stevie, I'm like, girl, I'm trying. I'm sorry.
She knows though. She gets it.
No, she gets it. And she lives a great life. She's very spoiled.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, she is. Okay. Yeah. Would you live with somebody who's a great roommate, except they never wear headphones and play TikToks out loud at full volume?
Yeah, because I'm guilty of it. Yeah, that's me. What do you mean?
I kind of feel like that's everyone, though.
I think so, too.
Okay. Would you live with someone who insists on doing elaborate themed dinners every night, but you have to help with cleanup? Every night.
Like, if it's like a dinner party on the weekend, every night on the weekend, sure. Every night.
Monday through Sunday?
No, that's a no.
Yeah, no.
I'm like maybe a dinner party once a quarter.
And that kind of is like, I'm going to do all the work and you're going to clean it all up. It's like, fuck off right now.
Yeah, because that means there's probably a dining table cover.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like a setup? What are they called? I don't even know what they're called. What are they called?
No, I literally brain fart.
Runners.
No. Well, yeah, runner. A tablecloth.
Runners.
A tablecloth.
Would you live with someone who only uses post notes to communicate? Why are you smiling?
I'm
worried that it's you.
Mute?
No, they just don't. They're bad at confrontation.
I mean, I guess they're still communicating, right? So maybe, yes. I think
Okay,
I could do that.
you could do that.
Yeah, I think I could.
Have you ever lived with someone that's done that?
No.
Okay, because sometimes I have. It's not good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they'll leave. I mean, I think you can post it right. Here's
well,
what
they
I
better.
meant.
You know what? Let me clarify.
Yeah.
Okay, this goes to maybe. So let me change it to no, because in my mind, I'm like, if you're going to communicate via Post-it note, you can't just leave it anywhere. You have to give it directly to me.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm envisioning that you guys have a relationship, right, with this person.
I would
but
hope so.
You talk, you hang out, you do stuff. But anytime there's conflict or there are things that they want you to do, that's when they use a Post-it note.
No.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I think no for me too.
That is like, grow up.
Yeah, like
I don't care if you don't like confrontation, grow up.
Maybe maybe if we're never home at the same time, but also just send a text. I don't know.
Give me a voice memo.
Give me a voice. Yeah, honestly, a voice memo is better than nothing.
Wow, I love.
Okay, would you live with someone who talks to themselves constantly but swears they are manifesting?
Yeah. Yeah.
You would? I don't know. I could go either way.
I could go either way, but like if we each have our own space, then yeah, like go talk to yourself in the living room, go talk to yourself in your bedroom, like go manifest wherever, if that's what we're calling it, or they're just crazy.
Yeah. Could you live with a really hippy dippy person, do you think?
No.
Like we're talking
like
incense filled
vegan
houses.
Clothes,
yeah,
like vegan level to a new degree,
like doesn't want there to be meat in the fridge.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's where I draw the line. Is my meat.
Like my meat in multiple ways. Okay.
One time I tell this story a lot because it really fucking pisses me off. I am broke as shit. I go to Costco and I buy the rotisserie chickens for $5 because it's a steal.
Wow,
and I
Costco.
can't afford the good chicken, and I would like to, and one day I will because I think it's important. But I was at home and I was dissecting that mother trucker like so
watch
bad.
Your language now.
Yeah, I know. You ever take apart a rotisserie chicken though? It's really intense. Like you're just like clawing at it.
Here's my psychopath killer trait. I will go to Whole Foods and get the
Oh, you do that. My dad does that too.
Yeah.
I hate that. That's grow up.
I know. It's so bad.
So I literally was dissecting this. It's a lot of work to cut that baby up. And my roommate comes in and goes, "Ew, that's disgusting. What is that?" I'm sorry, but that's my fucking food.
Yeah, no. I just we've talked about this. Meat with bones scares me sometimes. And I get so terrified
that you're gonna like choke on it?
On like a tiny chicken bone sliver that it's gonna get stuck.
Oh, I thought you were like, I didn't.
No, like I'll rip a rotisserie chicken up, like especially if it's fresh.
Yeah.
But most of the time they already have it like already pulled apart. So I'm like, comfort and convenience. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
And I also am like a white meat guy.
Yeah. Okay. He's racist. Essentially, that's what that means.
We're clipping that.
Yeah.
I don't know how now, but we're doing it.
Okay. I want us to end with a roommate Hall of Fame or Hall of Shame. So you're gonna tell one story. You're gonna pick like the craziest roommate story that either showcases you or a roommate in the best light, the Hall of Fame, or the worst light, Hall of Shame. If you have one.
You know, I think I have two. I mean, my Hall of Shames, I think I shared the biggest one, which was like leaving meat in the fridge.
That's so lame. He doesn't even have a fucking Hall of Shame because he's such a good roommate.
No, I for sure. There's probably more that I just can't think of. Like, there's probably some like bad ones. There's probably like bad ones.
Okay.
But
yeah, tell us one.
I blocked those out.
Yeah, no, tell us your Hall of Fame or Hall of Shame.
Hall of Fame, I think, is Grace, dude. Like, Grace is such a good host.
Who we had on.
If
you're listening.
She's such a good host. And I think just beyond, like, she would have her birthday parties and always plan them because she just knows exactly what she wants and she was incredible. But Hall of Fame because she's just somebody you can always talk to.
Yeah. And
about anything. And
that's what you need out of a roommate. Yeah. If you like, that's going to be your friend.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I think this also goes back into friendships a little bit of like when you're on a level with somebody and you're both just, you get the vibe.
Yeah.
And you both can have whatever kind of conversation, good, bad, whatever. Hey, as a roommate, this upset me, or even as a friend, this upset me. It's like,
yeah,
got it. I messed up. Or, oh my God, so happy. Or, hey, I'm making dinner. You want some? Like things like that.
Yeah, that make you feel good. Yeah.
Those are my Hall of Fames. I mean, Hall of Shame, I'm sure I have.
No.
I don't know.
I'm going to tell you a Hall of Shame about someone who I love so much still. He is a full-blown weirdo guy, but in the best way. And he actually just texted me. I don't even know if he listens. Probably not. But he just texted me the other day. And he invited me to his birthday party. And I didn't know we ended on like that good of notes. So I was stoked. But I had only lived there for a few months. And it was two guys. And they were in their mid-20s. One was like an engineer. And the other one, I don't remember what he was doing. But it was like, I was like, this is going to be a new girl situation. Like, I'm going to come in and like, I'm going to like bring femininity into this men's lives. And it was super fun. Like we always hung out and it was good vibes. But the guy I'm talking about, he owned the house. That creates a different dynamic. Creates a different dynamic because whatever you do, it doesn't feel like your home, no matter how much you're doing, because you feel like it's the person that lives there with you's home. And so I just got to this point where I was like, I no longer wanted to live here. And I also was going to do a yoga certification. So it worked out that I was like, I'm not going to be here.
Yeah.
And I talked to him and was like, hey, sorry, I was going to be there for 6 months a year. I was only there 2-3 months. And so he was like, oh, I'm really bummed, but like, I get it. Okay. The next morning I walked downstairs and there's this table that I always sat at and there's a notepad sitting there. And I'm like, oh, like I'm not a snoop. But
wait, I remember this.
You remember this? I think I sent you a picture.
Yeah.
I looked though because I saw the words what to look for in our next roommate.
And
I was like, huh, well, kind of curious. So I like sat down and read it and it was like, still want a 20-something-year-old girl. I think that would be a good idea. Maybe more organized. Maybe more mature.
What?
Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Don't get us wrong. We can be immature, but like day to day, Tal and I are very mature, put together
totally.
humans.
But I'm very lighthearted and goofy, and I think people think that's less. Like
they weren't your people.
They weren't my
people,
but it was so funny.
To have someone write that down and leave it out.
Yeah, I was like,
it wasn't covered, right? It was
out. It was out where I had sat every morning that I was like, this felt intentional. It wasn't. I know it wasn't because I know that person. But I was like, that's so fucking funny.
I can't wait to rip you a new one at your birthday party.
Yeah, I was gonna add something to it, like just to like so he knew that I read it, but I didn't. Maybe I would.
Has a fat ass like Talie.
Yeah, I should have. Like, is a skinny, sexy bitch like Talie?
Just
like
a paper thin little girl.
Yeah, is the funniest, smartest human being, just like our old roommate
Tal.
Yeah.
No one will compare, but we'll try to get someone close to her.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe something like that. My Hall of Fame, I would say, is I'm still with my boyfriend. We have a very unconventional relationship where we've lived together and not lived together, lived together, not to live together. And people are always like, are you together? Are you not? We're still together. But we lived together for 2 years, like a year ago. And that was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
In the living with as a roommate, like your roommate being your partner. Game changer. Yeah. I think that's like he was like the best person to live with because it was like I could fully be myself, fully unwind, fully have a panic attack, fully shit my pants, do whatever I need to do, and like not feel judged. Walk around the house naked,
and
do what you need to do.
Your home officially together. Yeah.
And that's so special. And I feel like I learned to be a better roommate because I had that person in my life tell me when I was doing things wrong, and I couldn't just go, oh, I hate that person now. I had to be like, oh shit, that's a bad trait.
Talk this out.
Let's fix it. Yeah. Like the water situation. Something like that. We're working on it, but
I have never lived with my partner.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to have roommates while you're seeing someone.
Yeah.
And how they interact when they spend the night.
Yeah, it's really weird.
That I think can also make or break a roommate relationship.
Yeah, because there's been situations I know with my friends and me where like they live with someone, or I have, that have their boyfriend, girlfriend over all the time. And Andrew and I, when we live apart, we always try and be really mindful of that, because if you're spending a lot of time there, it's like, bitch, maybe you should pay rent and a little bit of utilities
to help.
Yeah.
Do something to help. And I also think it's like, I just saw this on Instagram actually from Overheard in New York. They do, you know, literally what people are saying on the streets and then other things. But one girl wrote in that her roommate's boyfriend has been like eating her food.
Ew, no.
And so she confronted him and was like, stop eating my food. Or if you're going to, you have to replace it. And now the roommate wants her to apologize to the boyfriend for like snapping at him about food.
Oh, no.
And so the whole debate was, does she apologize or does she not?
She does not. She does not. She does not.
And other people are like, yeah, like you should have had a different conversation with him. And I'm like, if a boyfriend who's not contributing anything to the apartment
takes food, you deserve to be punished.
Yeah, be punished. Like if I'm giving you food,
like, or at least confronted. Like, I'm sorry, that's absolutely unacceptable. If somebody did that to me, I would have for sure just be like, "Hey, you know that was my food. Please don't eat it again." Yeah. And that's in no way wrong.
Yeah,
that's just like my food.
Or unless someone's like, "I'm cooking dinner. Do you want some?"
Yeah.
Or, and I think I said this, help yourself. Help yourself to the fridge. If someone says help yourself to the fridge, you're giving permission that even if it is yours,
it's going to be eaten.
Some and they can eat some.
Okay, well, I feel like we're wrapping up, but I want to say, like, because we're roommates and for our listeners, like, what do you feel, what was I going to say? Like, what is the most important thing you feel like you can go into a roommate situation with? Like, is that a good question?
Yeah, no, okay. I think I know where you're going with it. And you tell me if this is off.
Yeah.
I think going into a roomie situation, lots of communication.
Okay.
And lots of honesty.
Right.
I feel like that really solves every other kind of thing.
Me too.
And if you have those two things, then you're going to be great roommates.
Yeah, I agree.
would hope.
Yeah, I think so. I also think to add to that, like, lightheartedness.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, and also realizing that not everything somebody's doing is intentionally trying to hurt you.
Yeah, I agree.
And yeah, just if you say that if somebody's doing something that's upsetting you, they don't know.
Right.
And so you tell them.
Right.
And I will spend so much of my people-pleasing mind being like, I'm doing this and it's upsetting them, when they probably haven't thought about it twice.
Right. Like at all.
And I've started to just be like, if it's a problem, they'll tell me. Like the other day, I drank one of your Olippops and I was like,
she literally was freaking out about this. She told me when I got back, you guys. I went to
the store. I go, I had one of your Olippops. I'm like looking for Olippops to restock, and I go, there's no Olippops. Do you like kombucha? He goes, I don't care. You can have an Olipop.
I literally ordered the packs off of Amazon.
Yeah.
Like, if you want anything in the fridge, have anything in the fridge.
Right.
But I do understand the point. It's your first week in Denver.
I know.
And we've already talked, but that's an adjustment too.
Yeah. So guys, this is the start of something new, as Vanessa Hudgens or Troy Bolton would say. A new era for Let's Keep in Touch. So you'll be seeing a lot of in person and like cool guests, and I don't know what else.
And
more.
We're showing whole. We're not.
What does that mean?
We're not going to put that in.
What does that mean? You're showing whole. I don't know what that means. Tell me right now.
Like showing whole.
Like your butthole? Why are we doing that to them?
We won't. That's behind a paid subscription.
You can find us on Patreon. Anyway.
Oh, also, I'm going to throw this out there because what a fun reminder. We have merch officially.
We have merch.
It looks like I'm like, here's my...
Yeah. We're working on it. It's always going to improve and get better, but this is the first thing we've ever done. And then, yeah, let's see where it goes from here.
Give us money.
We need to be compensated for the work we put in for you bitches to listen to us.
Right. And with that in mind,
let's keep in touch. Woo! Bye, bitches.
Bye. Hey, Hey guys, thanks for listening to this week's episode. As always, follow us on social media, and surprise, our website is live, the HQ for all things Let's Keep in Touch. Go visit it at www.letskeepintouchpodcast.com.
Hey little kitties, do you want to be featured on next week's podcast? Feel free to write into our show by going to our Reddit community called r/letskeepintouch to share a story that you need to unload. Whether it's a you won't believe this moment or just something you've been carrying around, let us be your long distance besties who listen, react, and help you figure it out.